Hey, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Glad to be on another scope for another Monday's motivational message. If you be so kind, as to invite your followers. I think we have something good and practical to talk about this evening. If you'd invite your followers, please, if you're Team Apple, if you'd slide to the side. Hey there, good evening. If you are Team Droid, if you'd slide up. You know our routine. Please let me know where you are joining from. Y'all got it. My regular scopers, they have it. Hey, welcome from West Virginia. If you be so kind, thank you for those who are inviting your followers. I really have something good and practical to say this evening, I believe. So if you would just invite your followers, I thank you for those hearts that are already going up. Glad to have some church members on tonight, some of my personal church members and friends from around the country. We have West Virginia. We have Tampa, Florida represented tonight. Please let me know where you are joining us from. We want to get up to a certain number. I'm not going to tell you the number, but if you'd invite your followers, I'm sure we'll hit that number very soon. Bloomfield Hills on tonight. I know we have Detroit on tonight. We have Maryland on this evening and Southfield, Michigan. Hey. I have something really good to share this evening. And if you'd be so kind as to invite your followers, once again, I think it'll really help them. Got Roseville, Michigan, and South Carolina, and Chi-Town is on the scope tonight. I'm not going to keep you long, but I would that you would keep those hearts going. I really have something to say this evening, and I kind of titled this Monday's motivational message, Life Notes. And there's just three simple things that I want to share with you this evening about life notes. And the first one is don't forfeit your future because of frustration. I want to dive right in, and that's the first life note. Don't forfeit your future because of frustration. It is not a question of whether you will experience frustration in life or if you will. The fact is that some point or another in your life, you're likely to experience frustration. And my suggestion tonight, I want to give you three don'ts. I know we have do's and don'ts of life. I want to give you three don'ts tonight as life notes and things that I live by. The first one is, I need my scribe, whoever's going to be my scribe tonight. Don't forfeit your future because of frustration. I believe that frustration is birthed out of fear, really. I really believe that frustration is birthed out of fear, and it is birthed out of fear of the unknown. It is birthed out of fear of the unexpected, and it is birthed out of fear of the unfulfilled. I think frustration is birthed out of fear of the unknown, the unexpected, and the unfulfilled. And what I mean by that is I've really been on this lately in doing some self-assessment about investment. I am convinced that where there is no investment, there is no frustration. Where there's no investment, there's no frustration. And there's no frustration because where there is no investment, there is no expectation. So there is no fear of the unknown because you're not expecting anything. There is no fear of the unexpected because if you get something, it's more than what you were expecting anyway. There is no fear of the unfulfilled because there was not a goal or an expectation, once again, that was set. And so it is that anytime I really want to strongly encourage you to reinvest this evening. I'm not just talking about financially. I'm talking about reinvest in yourself, reinvest in your dreams, reinvest in your aspirations, reinvest in that business, reinvest in writing that book, that song, that movie, reinvest in financial endeavors, reinvest in trying to pursue that home, reinvest maybe in a relationship, reinvest in believing God again. Whatever that reinvestment is, do that and you will really get a return on your investment. So the first don't, or the first life note tonight is don't forfeit your future because of frustration. The second life note that I have for you tonight is don't lose expectation of the end while going through the mess in the middle. Let me say it again. Don't lose expectation of the end while going through the mess in the middle. I guess people are really taking notes tonight because I don't see comments, but that's okay. We'll stay in this flow. Don't lose expectation of the end while going through the mess in the middle. The middle is a very, very unique place to be. If you're ever in the middle of anything, you are equidistant from the beginning as you are from where you are to the end. So you're equidistant from the point where you are back to the beginning and from the point where you are to the end. And the strange thing about the middle is that you're too far out to go back, but you're not close enough to wheel your way to it. So I strongly encourage you, don't lose expectation of the end while going through the mess in the middle. If I could say it another way, really, you have to go through it to get to it. A lot of times we want to get to it, but we don't want to go through it. And we have to really go through it to get to it, right, Divine? It's the process. And I know we talk about that very oftentimes at our church. I talk about it oftentimes when I'm just having conversation with people because we like the product and where we're going, but oftentimes we don't like the process. And the process is not a bad place necessarily because it gives you an opportunity to learn more about yourself. It gives you more of an opportunity to learn about where you're going. It gives you more of an opportunity to reflect on where you've been. So the process is not a bad thing. I was thinking tonight before I got on the scope to do this Monday's motivational message, an old joke came to mind. And I'm sure that most of the people on the scope, you've heard of this joke. And the question was, it was a joke that I heard when I was a child. And to this day, it is not funny. But the joke is, why did the chicken cross the road? And most of us know on the scope, if not all of us, the answer was to get to the other side. And although the joke to me is not funny, I think the joke did make a lot of sense. In order for the chicken to get to the other side, he had to cross the road. And the point I want to make out of that is that sometimes we become oblivious to the obvious. Do not become oblivious to the obvious. I got to make sure I put this in my book because this is good material tonight. Don't become oblivious to the obvious. Sometimes we want the deep, the super spiritual, the profound, the life-changing, but I really encourage you not to become oblivious to the obvious. In order to get to the other side of anything, you've got to cross over some things. You've got to come over some. In order to be an overcomer, you've got to come over some things. And so I really strongly encourage you, don't lose expectation of the end while going through the mess in the middle. I know it seems the mess probably stinks. It doesn't look good. It doesn't feel good. But if you will just stick with it, you will get to where you want to go. And the third note tonight, the third life note, and the final life note that I want to share with you is don't confuse details for the main idea. Don't confuse details for the main idea. I'll drink to that one. Don't confuse details for the main idea. What I mean by that is that oftentimes I'm an educator by profession, as you know, some of you all know, and in my 17-year career in education, I've done everything from teaching first grade to being a school administrator several times, a central office administrator, community college instructor, graduate school instructor. I've been blessed to do a lot of things. And one of the things that I've known that's been consistent in people's writing is that they will either, that's it. That's basically what I'm saying. Don't get lost in the small stuff. You hopping ahead though, but I'm going to get there. What basically happens is that they will either write a main idea to the paragraph, but their details do not support the main idea, or they will have a whole lot of supporting details, but not really have one central theme. And what I meant by that about don't confuse details for the main idea is that your life, you're building your life around the main idea, the purpose, the goal, the ultimate reason for you doing what you're doing, for you being who you are. And so I strongly encourage you not to give more attention to details and things that are likely to come and go. Details are important because they give more description about the main idea, but they are not the main idea. Details can be people, details can be things, details can be thoughts, details can be places, and sometimes, if you'd allow me to say with places, sometimes we build a house where God really intended for us to pitch a tent. Let me say that again. Sometimes we build a house where really God intended for us to pitch a tent. And what I mean by that is that we intended to be somewhere permanently where we were only intended to be temporarily. So don't confuse details with the main idea. Stay focused for what God has placed in your heart. Stay committed to that. Stay committed to that process. And you'll get there, and other people will be blessed because you get there. I do want to just throw out this free caveat. The free caveat is really, so let me review, because the teacher in me tells me to review. The first life note is don't forfeit your future because of frustration. The second life note is don't lose expectation of the end while going through the mess in the middle. And the third life note is don't confuse details for the main idea. This is the PS or the extra note. I really encourage you to enjoy the journey. Don't be so focused on getting to the destination that you don't enjoy the journey. Enjoy sightseeing, enjoy the lessons that you learn, enjoy the laughs that you get along the way, enjoy the tears that you shed. It takes a real strong person to be able to enjoy the tears, the laughter, the tests, the testimony, the mess, the message. Just enjoy the journey, really. If you're not enjoying the journey, then the destination really won't be as fulfilling, I don't believe. Now, there are some times, for anybody who knows, I don't speed. I just like to get to where I'm going so I can enjoy there, opposed to just getting there. But there are sometimes I find myself just sitting back, enjoying the ride or enjoying the drive. And when you do that, you could go the same route all the time, but you will notice things that you didn't notice before because you're so focused on the destination that you don't enjoy the development. Hey, I'm even learning to laugh at myself, to talk to myself, to question myself, to just enjoy the journey. And that is what I'm strongly encouraging. That's all I have for you tonight. I didn't want to keep you long. Thank you so much, though, week in and week out. It is my joy and my honor and my privilege to come on and to share with you Monday's motivational message. I'm proud of myself tonight. I don't think I said one scripture because y'all know I can get into a flow of the word. I can get into a flow of prayer and the prophetic, but that wasn't the type of word that we needed this evening. It was just something simple and practical, but yet so powerful. I really want you to enjoy the journey. You'll reach the destination. I guarantee you, if you will enjoy the journey. I want you, I gotta love my chief of staff. I really want you to get connected and stay connected. I thank you for connecting with me on Periscope. Of course, my name is Pastor Na. Thank you for the blessings and the affirmation for the word tonight. I really, really appreciate that in your comments this evening. I want you to connect with me on social media. If you have not already, on Facebook, I'm under Nelson A. Henry is my government name, Nelson A. Henry. On Twitter and on Instagram, it is at Pastor Na, N-A-H, at Pastor Na, N-A-H. Of course, on Periscope, it is at Pastor Na that you're on tonight. Also, Divine, if you don't mind, one more time, putting it up about YouTube. Hey, I want you to connect. Hey there, Minister Garrison. I want you to connect on YouTube. A lot of these I share on YouTube for people who are not on Periscope, but it gives us an opportunity. The information is there. It's my name, Nelson A. Henry, with no spaces in between. If you put spaces in between, you're going to find somebody who doesn't look like me, who doesn't sound like me, and whose purpose is not mine. So I would that you would go to YouTube. You can really, really help get the word out. I'm not looking really for more followers as much as I'm looking for more people to inform of what I know and to impart of who I am. So if you are willing to do that, help get the word out, because somebody else, the whole idea of a life coach, and I'm really trying to make this more of my life, part of my life coaching angle. The whole idea of a life coach is that any gifted or talented individual, they already have the gift, the talent, and the ability, but they all need a coach, and the coach helps them work smarter and not harder. So we'll be starting our more personal one-on-one life coaching that is very affordable. But what I share with you all the time is that God allows me to star in this movie of my own life so that I can go through my own stunts and get my bumps and bruises and lessons and life notes to be able to share with you. And the shortcut to success is a mentor. The shortcut to success. I know we've been taught that there's no shortcut to success. Yes, there is. The shortcut to success is a mentor. And a mentor has something that you need to help you get to where you're going. So I thank you for letting me be your virtual mentor. And real soon, this is beautiful, this whole sister love on here tonight. Hey, but real soon, I'll be providing an opportunity to connect with you individually so that we can get that technical assistance in life that we need. I appreciate, once again, access to your life this evening. And I'll see you again next Monday, of course, or you'll see me again, I guess, next Monday for Monday's motivational message. We're really looking, by the way, to change the feel of Monday's motivational message. I want it to be more of a dialogue and a conversation. So we're likely to start changing it to some reflective questions or whatever to make it more interactive and more of a dialogue and not just a monologue. So stay tuned to that, whether it's going to come across as a question of the day or something to think about, or let's chat about it. We'll come up with something, but I do appreciate you. Stay tuned. And if this is meaningful to you, please make sure that you invite others. I want to get connected with people, and social media is a way for me to do it now. I'm working on other products for people who I will never meet personally, but I'll be able to use the influence that God has given me in the earth to help your lives. So I thank you so much again. Be blessed on this evening and for always. And remember, walk by faith and look great doing it. See you next time.